Hi, Dave Snyder here. It is August the 13th, 2013. So it's no longer my birthday, and the world didn't end. Damn, I thought it was gonna. Okay, anyways, you've been watching me use this image of this crater, Mare Oriental, for quite a while. I use this image all the time, showing how many places it fits in the weather, fits on the Earth, and all that. It's flipped over like it's supposed to be. Okay, over the Earth, and I'm not saying I don't have it lined up to the Earth right now. I'm not going to show you anything like that right now. We'll maybe get into that a little bit later. I just got a bunch of stuff scattered around all over the place here, don't I? Anyways, I want to show you again. Okay, I've been using this for a long time, this crater, right? And one day I was watching Ancient Aliens, and it's not like I'd never seen this mask before, the Mayan mask. I've seen it before, somewhere, just somewhere. Probably on that show before, but I noticed it stood out to me one day when I was watching Ancient Aliens. In the beginning, they show that just for a second, the Mayan mask. So I decided to go on to the internet and find me a picture of the Mayan mask, and this be it right here. Okay, because it looked. I mean, when I seen it with the big round circles like this, I just thought instantly, because I've been looking at this picture like this. You see there's circular shape here, and there's been times when I put this up in many places where it looks like an owl, because I can get both sides full. In certain places, I think where I've done it over in this area before. I think it was right here I did it one time. Oh, it was just incredible. But I'll have to look through my old stuff someday. But anyways, you can see what I'm talking about, right? Like this is an eye. This is an eye. And I seen that picture of that mask. Downloaded it anyways. And then I overlaid it over this picture. Talk about instant results. I mean, it was just like, because I'd already been putting the Mayan calendar over this crater before, a bunch of times. I put the Mayan calendar over this crater, and I mean, I swear this is the moon that the Mayans seen. Somebody's seen it. Whether I mean, is it a Mayan mask or whatever? They call it what you want. It's a mask that was found from a long time ago. I don't know who knows how long ago, but I noticed right away. There's so many things in this picture, and I don't. Just for me to see the picture and download it and bring it with this picture of the moon is just, the chance of that happening is pretty slim. I mean, it just turned out this way. For it to turn out this good, it's just unbelievable, almost. Anyways, catch my breath here. Okay, so check it out. Let me point out a few things. The nose, and you see this angle, this shape right here. Look at the moon, right here, right? And you see that nose. Let me bring this back. Look at that. It's like right in place, right direction. It's just eerie. And then you see this line here. I mean, you see so many things in this picture. And then where the eyes come together up here. And look at that. And you can see like the brow line up here. Look at this. It's unbelievable how similar they are. This area here. I mean, okay, and then here in the center, you got this pyramid, right? Like pyramid shape right here in the center. See this? With a concave bottom up, kind of. You got the same thing right here with like a curved bottom right here. I mean, it's the same thing. See how this comes over like this, right? Look at this. See this? There's like a big patch right there. You see there's a big crater right up there. Look at that. See that crater right there? Boom, right there. I can only imagine what this side looks like. I wish we had this side, because this you won't see. You can barely see this area of this impact or this side of the moon. Barely see it if you colorize the image of the moon. You almost have to colorize it to see see this area, but it's actually there next to Mare Oriental, like another impact right here. So maybe this is the older one, somewhat covered up by this one. Who knows? But that is pretty interesting, you have to admit. I'm just going over some. This is just old stuff I'd shown a long time ago. I just think it needs to be refreshed because it's pretty eerie. I mean, look at that. See this right here? Look at this. What we can see of this eye right here. You see a line right there, kind of a curve. I don't know. Sometimes it's hard. I don't know what you're seeing actually because I don't have your screen, but that's what I see. The eyes. Look at how they come together right here, and then the big brows, the big eyebrows. Check that out. Now, another thing. This is in color. Now, if they did see the moon like this, who knows if it was actually like this? It might have been more like this when they seen the moon. Maybe right now the moon's covered in ice. Maybe it wasn't when it was closer to the Earth. Who knows? But it's really, it's either, well, this also looks like the supercontinent, basically. If you put the supercontinent back together, I mean, put this over Africa, basically. Africa with South America connected. I think I've shown that before. You put South America, put that over Africa. This is basically the same shape as the supercontinent as it was. Look at that. Look at this area, the whole area, with that angle there. And I think this is also, you know how like the Bohemian, club, they got the owl as their little symbol. Kind of looks like an owl at times when I've had it up here before with another like continent right over here or something, wherever some way I've had it lined up. It's looked like an owl, the owl eyes, and then I think it's the jaguar mask as well. If you can get a good picture of a good jaguar mask and put it over this, it looks like a jack. The eyes, the eye things are the same. This is all the same. It's pretty interesting. Jaguar mask. Look at that alignment. That is just incredible. And then let's see. What else? You can bring the Mayan calendar over the top of that crater, and I mean, the best picture I've used of Mare Oriental to do that actually is the drawing of Mare Oriental by the USGS. I think the USGS map. It's a shaded relief map of Mare Oriental. You put that with the Mayan calendar, it fits pretty good. You'll see why they drew the Mayan calendar the way they did. Either that or it's this side. Could be this one. Whatever this one shows, because I see the point. See where it has like a pyramid top there. Watch. Turn it this way. Right here. Has that shape, and the Mayan calendar has like the pyramid thing on the top too. Who knows? There's a lot of pyramid shapes on the moon, I'm telling you. There's actually, if you go to Google Moon, we'll do that real quick. Let's see, I gotta shut this off so no one goes down with that. I pulled myself up here to look at some old stuff. I do that once in a while. Kind of little ways to, no, I don't think I went that far though. Higher. Oh, there it is. Okay, so to the moon. Alright. See, this is what I'm talking about, colorized. You can see things a little bit differently. This is the high elevation areas. the red, showing which way stuff was ejected. Look at this impact. When you look at this impact, do you think like a big meteor hit the moon right there, and then another one hit the moon right there, and then one hit right there another time, and another time right here, and it all stayed right here on this side right here? Because this is deep. This is really deep. This is like, I don't know, 5 kilometers deep, something like that. These dark areas are 9 kilometers, minus 9 kilometers. I mean, yeah. So I think about that. These are all the deep ones here. Just stayed in that circle. Like this side was facing the bad side of hell. You know what I mean? And it just stayed in the circle. That's one impact. Or more than one impact. It could be more than it's probably more than one, but it's definitely one that happened. I mean, it stayed in that area. See all this area is the high elevation, so that area hasn't been hit in a while, probably. That's just a guess. Then we got the side that faces us, which is pretty fresh. It looks like, and that is just one big impact as well, or more, or probably more than one actually. But like this. Look at Imbrium. This whole area right here. That's definitely. Unless you think something that. Look, they say if the moon hit the Earth, right, it would destroy the Earth. Okay, look at this. Look at the size of this crater compared to the size of the moon. It's over 1/3 the size of the moon. This big crater right here. All right. So if the moon would destroy the Earth, if it hit the Earth at 1/4 the size, then how does the moon survive this big over 1/3 the size of the moon impact? I don't know. Tell me. I think they survive. The planet itself survives. I just think that it takes a long time to recover from each one. And I think there's a lot of impacts. This is, I think, a center of one right here, as you can see, and it's this big. It's actually this big. But you can see it's been covered. A lot of it's been covered by different impacts. This being probably more, fresher. The side that faces us. Why does it face us? Because it hits us. No one wants to face up to that. They just want to not deny it and believe the scientists, I guess. That's fun to do, I guess. I mean, if you're into that denial thing. I mean, there's a lot of things I deny too, but this isn't one of them. When it comes to something like this. Anyways, let's go back to the uncolorized here, the regular way we're used to seeing it. Okay, so here's the pyramid. The pyramid that they may have seen right here with the light on the top of it. Right here. Right here with this beam, with this big light right on the tip of it. Right over Mare Oriental. Which you could basically, I don't know, put the Mayan calendar over that. It was probably like this. There's rings in this picture they're not showing you. This is a really bland image of the moon. Very bland, as you can see. There's just no detail to it compared to anything I mean, you know there's more detail than they're showing you. I hope. I mean, this is just crap. So, anyways, this is probably a lot more rings around this way. It's probably a lot bigger. We don't see the side of the moon, so we don't really know too much. Only what they show us is what we know. That's all. That's the whole thing behind this whole conspiracy, basically, is that we only know what they let us know, which is bullshit. That's why I don't believe it. I mean, I have to figure what they're leaving out and what they're leaving out, basically, which is a lot. As you can see, it's a lot. And I know it's hard to get close to the moon and all that, but they got the awesome pictures. But if you look at the Mayan calendar, it has the face in the center. It has these things these little monsters on the side. Well, I can imagine that being one, because I've lined it up to the calendar, and it absolutely looks like one of those monsters on the side. And the other one, they're probably leaving out, or they just made one on this side to match this side or something. But right on the top of the Mayan calendar, they got this one big you know, pyramid shape or spike or whatever you want to call it, right? And the rest are, smaller ones all the way around. They have one at each point here, coming out across this way, and across this way, and across this way. Right, but there's one big one on the top, and on the top of that one, it's like a box, a square box, but like a firefly, or some kind of firefly or something in the box that could represent this, something like that. I don't know, but look at the whole thing. Then look at the other images. If you colorize it, check it out. Colorize it again. Mayan calendar, because it has Mayan calendar has multiple rings. It could go this way. It could go this way. Who knows? Got the man in the middle. We don't see this crater. Remember that. So there's a lot being left out. But there you go. You know, it could go that way, because they do show a face in the center. Or it could be even more, something more sinister. I don't know. I'm just saying. Take a good look at the moon. Look at that. That's a big impact right there. That's the South Pole, isn't it? Or the Aiken. It's the Aiken crater. There's the South Pole right there. It doesn't show hardly anything, even though this area's hit a lot of times. This area right here. Wow. Whoa, I just realized something. What is that area? Oh, that's Apollo. That might be the crater that shows itself at 1,500 miles all the time. Maybe it's not this one. Nah, it has to be this one. This one could be round too. See that they don't show us the detail really. They show us a bunch of bullshit. And this one right here, I might be getting those two mixed up on occasion. Just thinking out loud. Take all things into consideration. All but what they tell you. One day I was looking at the moon with a pair of binoculars, and it was like, I don't know, it was a new moon, pretty new moon, maybe close to half of it was shadowed, you know what I mean? Had a shadow, a black line, the line, this was all dark or something like that. And I think, let's see, let me get this right so I don't screw it all up here. Where's Tycho at? Okay, so it goes like this. It was like this. Something like, this was up at the top of the moon, right? Like it normally is. Basically, somehow, pretty close to how they put it. And then there's ridges right around this area right here. There's like man, I was looking at it with binoculars, and with this area being shadowed like that, you can see when you looked at it with just binoculars. Even I could see the ridges, the shadows, because they were casting off this shadow, and you could see the ridges, how high they were sticking up on this edge right here. It was amazing. Just binoculars. So I know there's more detail than this because I've seen the detail. And you can't see it. You can't see it on this thing. It's garbage. See what I mean? Ooh, look at the moon. You can find all kinds of shit there like this. These lines and stuff that they say because they piece the picture together, which they probably do. But you could draw this picture probably better than this. Anyways, enough rambling. Just wanted to point out a few things. Mayan mask. That's it. I should end it there. It's getting late. Or early, I should say. Alright, everybody have a good one.